Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it is time to do I guess medium-sized declutter. It's definitely not like 90% of my collection or anything like that. I just think it's time. I'm gonna be 40 at the end of this year, which is crazy. I'm also starting a new job in the fall, which is crazy since I've been at my other job for like 12 years. So that's also really exciting. Also 10 years of being married. I'm celebrating this summer. So I feel like with all these things happening, just am ready for a change. So part of that means I'm going to be decluttering things in all areas of my life. But yes, definitely makeup. Once in a while, one or two products might creep back in. Sometimes it's just how it is when I declutter. Like I change my mind and I'm only human. I don't really think I have any highlighters or bronzers I want to get rid of in this video, so you're not going to see that. Same with foundation. Yeah, so let's get into the video. So we're going to start here with this cup of eyeliner, mascara, and brow products. Generally like most of the things that are in here, but these are the two mascaras that I have right now. I actually have two backups, not of the same exact ones, but those are in a separate container, but I haven't opened those up yet, so they're still in waiting. But I do like these two mascaras. They're pretty good. This one is the Kiko Luxurious Lashes. This isn't a very dramatic mascara, but I do like it for that purpose, so that one's not going anywhere. And then we have the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara, which is really, really good. I really love this one. This definitely does it all. So I'm gonna put that one aside because they're not going anywhere. My Anastasia clear brow gel. I took the stopper out, which I'm not sure if that was a great idea. I'm not going to pull it all out all the way because it's kind of gross to look at, but I'm able to kind of scrape it to get the excess off, which I don't love doing that, but I do want to finish this up. That's not going anywhere. So I have two brow products in here currently. My other brow product is on my counter, but I think I want to get rid of this NYX eyebrow cake powder. This is actually pretty good. While I do like having different options and ways of doing my brows, I just think this is a little bit clunky and unnecessary. Like, they're literally just eyeshadows. So I think I'll just stick to eyeshadow if I really want to use eyeshadow as a brow filler. You know what I mean? Like, this whole container is just taking up space, and yeah, I think I'm ready to let this go. Keeping that one, of course. And here's just a brow brush, which I use all the time. I use this too, this NYX glitter primer. I don't use it a lot, but that definitely won't go anywhere. And these are, I think, all of my eyeliners that I have left. I used to have so much more, but there's only really one that I don't think I need anymore, and that is this Esquito liner. I got this for free like many years ago when I was blogging, or had a small blog, and they were gracious enough to send me some products. Like, it just fell out and this is dried out, so it's safe to, oh, actually no, it's not dried out, but you know what, it's like breaking apart and crumbling, so it is not worth it to keep. That's a hot mess, so we're just gonna let go of this liner. So just these two products for now. Generally like what's left, so I'm not surprised I'm only getting rid of those two things. All right, let's do blushes. I don't know if I can get them all in view here. I'm gonna try to. So at this point I have 23 blushes. So I do not want to have 23 blushes at this point, but I get it. I get, like, you know, having variety is kind of cool too. But I know, and I'm sorry, this is like kind of a mess and they're all scattered. I don't want to keep this Salon Fun sample any longer. This is a really old Everyday Minerals blush, a blue undertoned, cool toned blush. It's just, this is so old and it's so tiny, hard to get your brush in there sometimes. I mean, it's not impossible. I've made it work, but I think it's just time to let it go. It's just kind of survived a couple of declutters. I've used it many times and never feel like it's that big a deal each time. I used to really like it, and I think over time I just kind of don't care as much about it. So we're gonna let go of this little sample. I'm going to let go of all of my NYX blushes after all this time. So I have been talking about these so much over the past year. Like, I would mention, like, you know, they're on the chopping block, or I think I want to declutter them, and now I think it's just time to let go. This one's Dusty Rose. This one is Silky Rose, and this one is Angel. I used to really love Angel. I just feel like they don't turn up that much anymore, and they're kind of chalky now. I think they're just getting too old. Really did enjoy them when I had them, but it's just, they need to leave. Also gonna declutter this Laura Geller blush in the shade Tartufo. These Laura Geller blushes are really good. So the quality is definitely there. And this is very natural. I mean, you can barely see it, but it does turn up on your cheeks. It is very natural. I think though, well, it's broken. So, I mean, I could probably hot glue that back down, but I really don't want to do that at this point. I just would rather get rid of it. It doesn't leave an impression on me. Like, it just, like, I put it on and it looks nice, but then other than that, it's just like a natural looking blush that I can achieve with like almost any blush, really. I mean, it might not be the same exact shade, but there's so much product in here. I'm never going to use it in this lifetime. And I don't even know if I love it that much to keep it for a lifetime. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to let this Laura Geller blush go. Okay, so this is one of my favorites. I've talked about this many times. It's broken and everything, and I still love it. I hit pan on it, as you can see, so this is not going anywhere. Glossier ones, I really need to clean this one. This is Storm. This one is Dusk. These aren't going anywhere. These are actually newer in my collection, aka I got them a year ago. That's how often I buy makeup these days, but I still really enjoy those. Classic NARS Orgasm, I like that. Like, I will wear this as my natural looking blush as opposed to the other one. This is in my Project Pan, one of my favorite glowier blushes. It's just getting up there in age as well. So I'm still gonna keep it in my project and try to hit my goal, which is gonna take forever anyway. I'm trying to like hit pan on this. It's Strike a Pose Rose, by the way. But I do know how old it is, and I kind of just like ready to purge like the oldest stuff, but I don't want to pull it out of my project just yet because I do like it. So we'll decide when I hit pan on that. I still like my MAC blushes, so I do think I like all of the blushes that are left in here, honestly. I think I still want to try to play around with that a little bit. Yeah, Dallas is okay as well. Like, this is another one I'm kind of not sure about. Like, I swear, like, this is kind of almost like a preview for my next declutter. I like this Laura Geller blush. So I know I said that they're pretty huge, and this one is really huge, but I really actually love this one. This makes more of a statement to me, or leaves a, you know, better impression than Tartufo does. So I don't mind keeping it if I love it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like this too, but these are kind of chopping block-ish. And these two I really like. This one's also on the chopping block. These are all CoverGirl blushes. The one in the middle is Golden Pink, which is aptly named. Don't know about that. I like this one. This is the only blush I have like this. This is really good. Tarte blushes, I think I'm still keeping those. So yeah, not a ton is leaving my collection. I do still like these. They're pretty decent quality, and I still see a purpose. So at least I got rid of 5. These are all of my lip products, or most of them. I do have some on my dresser, stuff that's in projects, so I don't want to declutter the stuff that's in projects, so no point in showing those to you anyway. But I don't see myself getting rid of a ton, but there's probably like 2 or 3 that I'm kind of like over. This is a lipstick that my mom got me, Rimmel's Soft Hearted Lipstick, cool toned pink. This looks like the Toulouse lip butter that I already have, and I really feel like this is kind of redundant. They both literally look alike on the lips. I'm just gonna declutter this because I don't want this full-size lipstick of something I'm just kind of about. Gonna let that one go. These are on their way out, sort of. Like, they're older, and I am like starting to finish some of them, so I just have to be mindful of finishing them. I don't like to declutter just to declutter if I know I'm gonna use it. Same with like this Abu Dhabi. This is like my favorite NYX matte lip cream, so I want to keep that. Here's a bunch of NYX butter glosses. I don't think I'm going to get rid of those. I do like this oak lip pencil. So yeah, I do like most of the things in here. Okay, so here, these are typically supposed to be my pink lipsticks, but I think they're a little bit mixed up right now. I think I'm going to declutter this really old Plum Brulee lipstick by Bare Minerals. This thing, first of all, look at the packaging. It's like cracked. I really loved the lipstick. It's really pretty, but I cannot bring this anywhere. Like, I can't put it in my purse because the lid continuously falls off, and that's the last thing I need is for the lipstick itself to get, you know, anything on it because it can't stay on. And yeah, I think just this alone makes me less, you know, excited about it, unfortunately. So packaging does make a difference to me. Like, if it's broken in some instances, like, I can make an exception in some cases, but stuff like this, I just can't. Like, plus the age. I mean, I probably could still make it work, but I kind of don't want to because it's giving me the ick factor. And look at it. That's not gonna last. This is the Ulta Matte Lip Crayon in Soiree, and this actually was one of my favorite lip colors. But I think I actually made a video with this, and I wasn't as like impressed with it when I saw it on my face in that particular video. I was just like, I mean, I don't think it looked bad, but it wasn't as amazing as I was thinking it was. I'm not really into like lip crayons like this, and this is starting to smell like it's going off a little bit too, on top of all those other things. It's just giving me blah vibes. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's time to let it go. It is smelling weird, and I feel like this feels kind of cheap too. I don't know. Like the lid, I'm not trying to be like bougie and extra, but I'm just like, I have to enjoy the component and like feel like it looks great on me, not just okay. And I have kind of similar, if not better, colors than this. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Okay, so I think for now, all of these I do like. I have some NYX lip pencils in here, a MAC lip pencil. This is Toulouse, which is in my Shop My Stash this month. So I'm going to keep that because that was the one I was saying was like this Rimmel one. These are my purple shades and reds and stuff. Don't really wear a lot of red lipstick a lot or during the year, you know what I mean? But I just can't seem to get rid of these just yet. This one though, this ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip, though, this is such a good formula, actually. I just don't reach for this kind of red too much. I'm gonna try to see how this works out, you know, September, October, how I feel about it, because I do also have this MAC lip pencil, which kind of looks very similar. I'm not sure which one I want to keep, so we're going to keep that on hold, and you know, when I do my declutter come fall, we'll have a better idea. So, oh, how about this red by Elf? Oh my gosh, this is like super red. This might actually swatch a lot like this Avon lipstick I have. Oh my gosh, they're literally the same color, sort of. I'm not crazy about like keeping both of them, but I'm not sure which one I want to get rid of because they're both good for different reasons. And the funny thing is I don't wear reds a whole lot, but I just can't make that decision today. This is like being real right now. I think I'm just gonna wait. I mean, there's no rush right now. I think I'll have plenty of opportunities between now and the fall to really kind of get it down. It's really pretty. It's like the only purple that I have like it, but look at the container. I probably just need to like wipe it down. But I'm thinking that that's probably not gonna last much longer. And then I have Wine Tour by Elf, which is like kind of similar. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll keep Wine Tour and get rid of the Maybelline Madison Mauve. And while I do like it, also know that it's old and the packaging is just not... Yeah, so I'll get rid of this one, I think. So hopefully I stick to that decision. But yeah, right now I think these are the only lip products I'm getting rid of, which actually to me this isn't terrible. I don't necessarily want this much, and I do want to pan a couple more, and I expect this to definitely come down again, at least by the end of the year at some point. So stay tuned. Okay, so here is my train case where I keep all my eyeshadows, the overview right now of what it looks like, and let's start pulling things and going by category. All right, so I pulled out all my eyeshadow palettes, or, you know, trios, or anything that has more than one eyeshadow in it, basically. I am looking to, you know, try new ones, I think, at some point. I mean, I've been saying this for like a few years now, and I haven't been doing that. But anyway, these are more like singles, but we're just going to include that in here anyways. The first one is this little Smashbox trio. This is in Sepia. The only reason I want to keep this is because of this dark color right here. I'm going to wait on this one to see if I actually, you know, reach for that, or how I feel when I do reach for that little purple guy, because this color right here is really, really nice, but I have a very similar shade in the ABH Modern Renaissance palette. So, and this is just like a dime a dozen, like white eyeshadow. So I know it seems silly to keep this whole thing for one color, but I think it's like the only color I have like that. And it's really tiny anyway, so it's not a big deal if I hold on to it for a little bit longer and at least see how I feel in the future. This is one of my favorites, Tartelette in Bloom. I mentioned that many times on my channel. I will not get rid of this. Okay, so this Too Faced Super Fun Night palette, this came as a set of 3. There were 3 different palettes. I have since decluttered the pink one. I got these for Christmas in 2016, I want to say, like that Christmas. And I think I'm gonna let go of Super Fun Night. I don't know. I remember the last time I pulled this in, it was around Christmas time. It has a very like New Year's, like festive theme, and I was like, let's bring her in. And while the shadows are okay, like, you know, it's like a Too Faced limited edition type of thing. Like, they never had the best reputation, but I did enjoy using this. I mean, I had for a while. I don't know, the last time I pulled it in, I was kind of underwhelmed and I didn't feel like they applied that great. And like, while these look kind of nice, it don't even like swatch that badly. I just felt like on my lid they did not perform that great. I think the formula was kind of chalky at the end of the day. So I'm gonna let this go. I really appreciated getting this as a gift when I got it. And I got a decent amount of use out of it over the years, so it's not like it was neglected. Its time is done at this point. It is old enough now and I'm ready to move on. And while we're at it, I think I'm also gonna get rid of Natural Beauty, which is also part of that trio. I have a bronzer like this already. It's just a bunch of browns, and this shade 5 Golden Rings is just like another champagne-y, highlighty type of shadow. Don't need another one of those, or a brown. Like, I have the chocolate bar, so I think a lot of these are pretty kind of repetitive. So I'm going to let this go as well. So that's 2 down. Take Me Back to Brazil is my only like rainbow palette, and while I don't necessarily love rainbow palettes, because I don't really use these kinds of colors most of the time, I do once in a while like to break out of like neutrals and like play with a pop or two here or there. And honestly, like, even though these look bright and crazy, they can be very much toned down, and you know, you can kind of tailor it to your liking. So I will, you know, hold on to this for a little bit, even though I know it's not like the best rainbow palette out there. It's not like the best quality one. It's good enough for how I like to use it, so that's going to stay. Too Faced Chocolate Bar, I think I'm going to keep this as well since I'm getting rid of the other brown one. I do like this. I just don't love it as much as I had thought I loved it for a long time. It's just a bunch of browns again. I think it's a good palette. I think you can make some nice looks with it, but essentially, yes, it is a brown eyeshadow palette with some, like, you know, some pops of color there, but yeah, I think it's good enough to keep. I do need to wipe this off and clean it though. But yeah, that's going to stay for now. I could see that eventually leaving if I get new palettes or something. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. ABH Modern Renaissance palette. What is that? I like this one. Yeah, so this is going to stay. I mean, it's quality. I enjoy it. The Z palette that I made, you might recognize this from my Project Pan for the year. My goal was to like use these like 5 times each, and I do plan on doing that. I'm almost there, but I think I'm going to end up decluttering this eyeshadow after I hit that 5 times. It definitely was one of my favorites at one point. This is Ulta Truffle, by the way. They don't make this. It's discontinued. It's super old. I just don't think I'm going to hold on to that after it's kicked out of my projects. This guy over here, the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette in Nude Mood. Yeah, I think I'm going to let this one go because I always said this was like a good like workhorse palette because it has like transition shades in there, you know, neutral cool tone browns, even like a warm tone brown sort of in there. These two are garbage. I don't really love those. I did make one of them work in like a project, but I think I do have that color in a different palette. This one is just like bluish gray. It's weird. I don't get excited about this. You know what I mean? Like, every time I look at it, I'm like, I use it and I'm like, oh yeah, I appreciate this. But then I never really want to reach for it outside of that. It's just kind of boring. And honestly, these shades I can find in like any other palette or some version of it. I kind of want to like my stuff a little bit more than I like this. But the Naked 3, like, while I know this isn't like a brown palette, it does have like the similar ideas in there. So I have like those 2 darker grayish, blackish colors here. Some transition shades and stuff. So this I just got for Christmas, this past Christmas. So I'm not going to get rid of this. It's new and, you know, I want to use it more, obviously. I just got it. So I think that getting rid of this is fine since I have this. They're not like dupes or anything like that, but similar idea. And I have like similar colors in this as well. So we're going to let go of that. Yeah, I'm getting rid of these 3. So now my palettes are down to like 7 now, if you want to count this one. It's kind of crazy to me. I don't think it's going to stay at this number. I think I might, you know, add 1 or 2 more in this year. We'll see, but now I have even more room for those if I choose to get them. I'm excited that I only have this many now. I'm happy with that. And I'm also excited to maybe try other brands again because I just feel like some things were holding me back a little bit. So there you have it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it by brand. I think that's like the easiest way. I don't even remember when these were cool. 2006. They've held up over the years, but these are getting a little too dusty. There's too many of them and I'm just kind of over it. So well, let's start with my favorites, the ones I'm not decluttering. I like Sex Kitten. It's like a boring brown, but it's actually really pretty. I remember liking that, and that actually did leave an impression on me when I used it. Queen Tiffany is a really popular one that I also used recently and enjoyed, so that will be staying. Gilded Quartz is still pretty cool. I like that guy. Antique gold color, really pretty. Gracious is really cool too. This was one that I like wasn't sure I needed, but used it recently and really liked it. This is in a Shop My Stash. This is Gold Leaf. I like having this because it is a true like champagne-y color. Nude Beach is classic. Pussycat I like too. This one was nice, so we're gonna keep that one. I don't know how long I'm going to keep the ones I'm keeping, because again, I don't want to have a million of these anymore, which, you know, it's come down a bit over the years, but not fast enough. Chameleon I like as well. This one is fun for like play makeup. It's a really pretty mermaid blue, and I don't really wear colorful looks a whole lot, but that one I'll make an exception for. Like I want to have some colorful singles because, again, I do like to bust them out once in a while. This I'm not keeping. This is Celery. I don't really love green shadow to begin with, and this one is like not even a good one. Never want to reach for that. Just gonna leave my collection altogether. It's like not even closing all the way. So Celery we're piecing out on. Pebble I don't think I like. I used to really love Pebble. Chocolate milk brown. Like I have other colors just like that, so that's kind of redundant in my collection. And I didn't really like this the last few times I wore it. I don't know what happened with that, but all right. Queen Phyllis is a little too shimmery and like extra for me. I don't know. I feel like I have like a MAC eyeshadow that looks just like this. I think like Nylon might look a little bit like that. This is just like too yellowy, and I don't really like shimmery yellow colors, so that's another one that's leaving. Okay, what else? I have Grace, which this looks pretty, but I feel like this does not turn up. Like, oh my god, some of it just like flew everywhere. Yeah, it looks really pretty and iridescent, but it's kind of like, and that's pretty. It actually is really pretty on my hand, but on my eyes, it just doesn't look like anything. No, it's just weird. So, gonna get rid of that. Celestine, my friend, we both like had this color, so I might keep Celestine like a little bit longer and play around with it and see how I feel, but I have a feeling this one might go eventually as well. I feel like ridiculous even like talking about these right now. These are so irrelevant in the beauty community. Like no one ever talks about these, but whatever. This one is, what one is this? My hands are so, ugh. This one's Flaunt, and I feel like I'm going to get rid of this too because it's just like, it's really pretty. It's like a shimmery color, but I'm like really not into super shimmery shades anymore. I'm just like not into that life. And they all start like looking alike, you know what I mean? Like that's the other part of this. They all start looking like the same eyeshadow after a while. They're all like dusty shimmery shadows, and it's just like, yeah. So okay, for the Bare Minerals ones, I'm getting rid of these 5 and keeping these. Okay, so here I have a bunch of other random singles. I think all these are like NYX, ColourPop, random Urban Decay one. I want to get rid of these 2 NYX eyeshadows. This is just so old, and this is a really pretty eyeshadow actually, but I feel like it's not unique enough and it's old. So I'm like, it's not appealing to reach for. Like I just don't want to reach for this anymore. So we're going to declutter that one. This is one I always loved. This one is NYX Deep Bronze. It's a really pretty bronze color, but I feel like it's kind of like this. Like they're just old. They're not desirable anymore. I just don't want them. They're like ancient, literally ancient. So this next one I want to get rid of is Where There's Smoke. This is by Benefit actually, which I don't even think they make eyeshadows anymore. This was another favorite of mine back in the day. It does probably still look good now, but it's also really old, and it's like I feel awkward using this because of that. And I think I have a color like this in my like Naked 3 palette or something similar enough that I don't want like a single like this anymore that's taking up space and it's just awkward because it's like a lone single. And I'm not gonna depot this. Like I don't really like depotting because I end up like destroying shadows and just they become less appealing at that point, for me at least. I know people love doing that, and I've done it a couple times and Those shadows are fine, but we're not doing that with these old guys. I'm kind of indecisive. Some of these are on the chopping block. Like I'm using this right now in a Shop My Stash because I'm trying to test it out. This one's also in a Shop My Stash. This I've kind of been on the fence about for a while, but I still can't like quite make up my mind on this. So I do think I'm actually going to keep the rest of these. So for now, I don't think they're going to make it till December, especially some of these ColourPop ones are getting old. Birthday Girl, like this is really pretty, but it's also kind of like really glittery and thick and chunky, and it just doesn't do much for me, I don't think. I'm gonna try to play with this one and see how it looks on me going forward, but I think this one's kind of on my chopping block, but we'll see. So I think everything else in here is okay for now. I don't want to keep all these NYX ones. Not sure how to approach that. I only have like one silver, kind of like a placeholder, because I don't want to buy a silver eyeshadow. So we shall see what happens here with these guys, but as of today, I think we're just going to get rid of these 3 from this set of eyeshadows. Here are all of my MAC eyeshadows, or most of them. I think this is most of them. There might be like 1 or 2 on my dresser, but I'm using those, so those are not getting decluttered. But okay, I don't think I'm going to get rid of a whole lot here, but I think a couple. So these are gel eyeliners, these 3, and I think I have another gel eyeliner. Oh, yep, one's trying to get away from me here. These are L'Oreal, this one's MAC. I'm gonna start with the gel eyeliner. So okay, I think I'm gonna get rid of this MAC Waveline. It's just like really old, and it's like you can see it's like coming away from the side. It's like a blue violet, very pretty, but I don't think it really did a whole lot for my eyes. Honestly, it was just like fine, you know what I mean? And plus it's old, and I mean, you just saw, it doesn't look that appealing. So it's time for that to exit. These 3, okay, I love the packaging of these. I think they're nice, but I feel like this is a little bit much. I mean, I like gel eyeliners. I can use eyeshadows. I can use, you know, plain regular eyeliner. It's okay. I don't feel like I'm going to end up keeping all 3 of these, but I also don't feel like I know which ones I want to get rid of quite yet. I'm going to actually test these out for a little bit longer. I'm going to get rid of the MAC ones. I'm going to keep All That Glitters. This is one of my favorites. Hit pan on it. So, yep, definitely love this one. I think I'm going to get rid of this Coquette one that I had in a project last year. So, I liked it in the project. It was fine, but sometimes you don't really come to a conclusion till after you put it away and you've thought about it. You're just like, I'm not really into it. Cool color, tinge of olive, but it's like gray. I don't really love it anymore. It used to be one of my favorites. It's kind of blah to me now. It definitely is, which sometimes we need blah eyeshadows. Like, you know, they have a purpose in a collection, you know. Sometimes you don't want to be doing the most, but I'll find a different kind of blah. This one is Iris Print, which is pretty, right? But I don't think I want to keep it. I don't really have any periwinkle eyeshadows, but I don't reach for periwinkle eyeshadows either. Like, I'll wear them if I have them in a Shop My Stash, but I don't like actively seek this color out, even though it is pretty. Just not my favorite. So I'm gonna let this go because it's just not the kind of colorful eyeshadow that I prefer these days. I'd rather wear a different bright color. So we're gonna get rid of that one. These colors are super similar. Drives me crazy that they all look so much alike, but they're all different. It's weird. Like, Wedge actually is more of a brown. I'm gonna keep this because it's a standard, like, good blending shade, and I always like to have like a single one, so we're gonna keep Wedge. Nylon is kind of newer to me, so I'm gonna keep Nylon. Shroom, I think I actually do like these. Dazzlelight's one that I'm kind of like, this is really old. They look kind of similar. I want to wear it a few more times and kind of decide, and maybe even like battle these 2 out. So for now, I'm gonna keep it, but it might not last the year. Like a whole bunch of other stuff in my collection. So Femme Fee I had in my MAC Project Pan collab that I did with Project Beauty. Shroom I like. Shroom is kind of looks similar, but it's definitely more of a neutral. It's like, that's a good one. I know I like Shroom, so I'm gonna keep that one. And Naked Lunch is classic too, so I don't even need to like question that. I do like Naked Lunch and I like Shroom. So really my battle right now, I'm gonna keep Nylon, but I think it's more between these 2 because I don't think I need both of these. I think they're so similar, but I will play around with them. I'm not making a decision on those yet. These 2 are super similar. I have Illegal Cargo over here and Shale over here. They're both like gray purple, and I think I like Illegal Cargo slightly more than Shale, which sounds really stupid because it looks so similar. Like, honest to God, I have no more fingers to swatch with. I'm sorry, but you get the idea. I think I'm gonna keep Illegal Cargo, get rid of Shale. Oops, wrong pile. Get rid of this guy because they're just too similar and I don't need it. And okay, this is what's left, and I said I was keeping that one. This is Magnetic Fields by MAC, and I had this in a project pan, the MAC one that I was talking about, and I think this is like too gritty. It's nice, but I think, I don't know, do I want to get rid of this? I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile as well. With this, which is weird because these were both in that project. I kind of like don't really care about these as much now, but we shall see. So I'm gonna keep playing with those. Twinks is one of my oldest. I'll keep that for now. And I think I still like these. I think I might actually get rid of Beauty Marked though. This is just like a black. Like, I swear this looks just like a shade in the Naked 3. Like, are these not the same color? Yeah, they're like the same thing. It's a black. Like, the thing is, it's a single though. So it's like, do I want to keep a single black eyeshadow? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna let go of Beauty Mark. It just seems so extra. Sometimes I kind of like to keep like certain neutrals around, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't even use this that much anyway. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna let go of Beauty Mark. Okay, so I'm going to be getting rid of these 4 and this Waveline gel eyeliner, which doesn't seem like a lot, I know, but like I don't like to get rid of stuff that I'm not 100% sure about yet, and I'm still not 100% sure on some of these. Again, I think if I get new palettes, that'll also determine like how many more I get rid of, kind of a thing. So I decided I'm actually gonna declutter all 3 of these because I honestly don't like reaching for these. I think they're more of a hassle right now when I have like eyeliners and eyeshadows that are like much easier to use. I think they're kind of like bulky and just like, yeah. If I do have a gel liner, I'll probably go for like a black one, honestly, and then that would be it. All right, so this is what my train case looks like now. So you can see that there are some empty trays, and I could probably even combine all these MAC over here. I don't even think I want this train case. Eventually I want to get rid of it and just like find another way to store things, especially if I'm not going to have that much makeup. It doesn't really make sense, or I might just like combine other makeup into this one. I'm not quite sure. So, but yeah, it's looking kind of bare, and I want to find a way to make this all work and look a little bit more put together. Yeah, I'm thinking I might be welcoming in new stuff, but I say that all the time, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. But this is what it looks like now. Really bare. Crazy, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I was ready to let go of those. Okay, so here are all the things that I am decluttering from my collection. I know it didn't look like a lot, you know, as I was pulling things out in sections, but you know, seeing everything together, it does look like a lot more. So, yeah, and this little single right here, more than likely I'm decluttering that from my collection after I hit my goal. So decent amount of products here all together, and I feel really good about it. I do plan on doing a part 2. So that will include, you know, maybe perfume, hair care, skincare, other things like that, other random categories. So I hope you enjoyed this declutter. I hope I didn't disappoint anybody because I only got rid of this much, or maybe this is a lot to some of you. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!